Hello, welcome to this week's Vinyasa to Yin yoga practice with me. My name's Jess. For today's practice, we are going to be finding the balance between effort and ease, starting with a Vinyasa flow and then finishing the practice with a juicy Yin routine. We're going to be starting today's practice in an easy seat. So when you're ready, roll out your mats and I'll see you there. Okay, coming down to an easy seat. You can cross at the ankles, you can sit up on a pillow like I'm going to today to elevate the hips. Find a place where you can sit comfortably. And today I want you to rest your hands on your knees with the palms facing up. Sit up nice and tall in the spine, inviting a sense of opening today, starting our practice off with some Ujjayi breath. If Ujjayi is not something you're familiar with, then I will talk you through it. First of all, let's just start getting ourselves comfortable here. Close your eyes, or you can soften your gaze if you'd prefer. Effort and ease are the two things that I would like you to focus on throughout the practice today, finding the balance between the two. And what do I mean by that? If you think about the effort that perhaps you put into a practice, maybe it's the effort of grounding down through the feet, pulling the core in, any kind of movement that takes effort. And then finding that sense of ease. Where can you soften? Maybe that's relaxing the shoulders down or relaxing the jaw, finding a place where you can soften in that pose. So today we are finding the balance between the two. Maybe you want to start doing that now. So the effort in this pose being sitting up tall in the spine, and the ease being relaxing the shoulders, softening the gaze, closing your eyes. Where can you soften here? Where can you unclench? Slowly start to deepen your breath. And we're going to move into a few rounds of Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi meaning ocean breath, the sound that the breath makes. So inhaling, you find this constriction in the back of your throat and it makes an audible sound. So, and then you do the same as you exhale, so constricting the back of the throat. It creates this audible, almost oceanic sound as you breathe, hence the name Ujjayi breath. So give it a go on your own, play around with it, see how it feels. Inhaling only through the nose. Filling the belly with air as you inhale. And finding that sense of ease as you exhale, so softening the shoulders and relaxing down as you release. Do a few more rounds of your Ujjayi breath here. If you've tried Ujjayi and it's not something that you're particularly fond of, then no worries, you can just take a few deep breaths here in your own natural rhythm, that's fine. Two more breaths. Allowing your breath to come back to its natural rhythm as you finish your final Ujjayi exhale. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Cast your mind back to the balance between effort and ease. Where can you soften here? Where can you find that ease? And where can you find that effort? Maybe you've started rounding through the upper back. Maybe you want to sit up a little taller, drawing the shoulder blades together slightly. One more breath here. Exhale. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. And let's get moving. Let's head into our tabletop position. So if you were sitting up on a cushion, you can pop that to the side for now. And we come into our tabletop position. Hands come under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingertips nice and wide and press into the tops of your feet. Pull the pit of the belly in and up so that we have a nice neutral spine. Gaze is down on the mat. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, arching through the lower back, dropping the belly, open the chest to look forward, coming into your cow pose. Big breath in. Exhale, press into the fingertips and we round through the upper back, tucking the chin and the tailbone under. Exhale for cat. And we flow between the two, inhaling to lift and lengthen. And then exhale to round through. Option or invitation to bring back your ujjayi breath. It's quite nice to do between cat-cow. Do 2 more rounds. And then slowly, when you're ready, we come back to our neutral spine. Walk the hands forward, curl the toes under, and we head into our downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back. Take it nice and slow here, pedaling out through the heels. Keep a generous bend in your knees, just taking a moment to warm up, iron out the kinks here. Pressing into the fingertips. Where do you need to find effort in this pose? Pressing into the fingertips, sending the chest down towards the thighs, arching through the lower back. So you really want to curl your hips up towards the sky, and that'll help bending the knees, lengthening through the spine here. Now let's find where we can ease up. So where can you soften? Maybe that's the jawline. Relax the skin in between your eyebrows, unclenching the knees and the ankles, maybe the thighs, the elbows, the back of the neck for sure. Maybe you want to take a second to close your eyes. Inhale deeply here. Open your mouth. Sigh it out. Let's do one more. Take your gaze towards your hands and we step to the top of the mat. You can take baby steps, you can hop, skip, jump, you choose. Let's find our forward fold when we get there. Feet are hip width apart. A generous bend in the knees as always. Crown of the head down towards the earth. Option to find a gentle sway here. Finding the balance between ease and effort. Find stillness here. Ground down through the feet, all 4 corners of the feet. Bend your knees and we roll all the way up to our Tadasana. Taking your time. Last thing up is the crown of the head. For your mountain pose. Palms are open once again, facing forwards. Relax the shoulders. Close your eyes if you like, or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Big breath in as we reach the hands all the way up and overhead. Extended mountain pose. Reach up, gaze is up. Exhale, clap the hands together. And we dive all the way forwards back to our forward fold. Inhale for our halfway lift. Hands are pressing into the shins. Find your flat back. Exhale, we plant the hands and we step back to plank pose. Or you can lower your knees for your half plank. You choose. Inhale to press away from the mat. Exhale to lower to the belly with control. Inhale to press the hands into the mat. We lift up, baby cobra. Keep the elbows bent, gaze straight down. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Press back to your downward facing dog. When you're ready, we meet in our downward facing dog. We're going to do 2 more rounds of sun salutation A. So let's take a deep breath in here. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth. Sigh it out. Make your way to the top of the mat. However you get there is up to you. Find your forward fold. Take a deep breath in your forward fold. And a long breath out. Grounding down through the feet. Bend your knees generously and we roll all the way up to standing. Keep the momentum going as you reach the hands all the way up and overhead. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, clap the hands together and we dive all the way forwards. Forward fold. Inhale to find your halfway lift. Exhale to chaturanga. Step the hands back. Step the feet back, plank pose. Option to take your vinyasa here, chaturanga dandasana, or you can lower down into your cobra pose, you choose. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Take one more breath here. Bend your knees, look toward your hands and step to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale here. Exhale. Bend your knees and roll up to standing. Reach the hands all the way up and overhead. Extended mountain pose. Clap the hands together and we dive forwards all the way down. Inhale to find your halfway lift. Exhale to step back to plank. Option to chaturanga from here, or you can knees and chest down to the mat. Inhale to lift up, up dog or cobra. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Inhale here. Exhale. Completely. Nice. So from here we're going to step the right foot forward in between our hands, lower the back knee down into your crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Uncurl the back foot and press into the top of your back foot for stability. Grounding down through the right foot, plant the left hand and we twist to the right. Right hand lifts. Inhale here. Exhale. Send the hips forward and down. Pulling that right knee in towards the chest. Try not to allow it to splay out too much. Inhale one more time. Exhale, right hand comes back down to the mat. And we send the hips back, straightening through the right leg. Find your half split. Flexing the right foot up towards your face. Inhale here. Exhale. Rolling back through the front foot, pick up the back knee and we step back to our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. Left foot steps forward in between the hands and we come into our Anjaneyasana on the other side. So left foot is forward, right foot is back. Inhale here. Exhale to plant the right hand and we turn to the left this time. Left hand lifts, find your twist. Inhale to lift, find effort. Reaching all the way up with the hand, drawing the shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, find that ease. Where can you soften? Releasing tension, any unnecessary tension that you may be holding on to here. Stay for one more breath. Exhale, left hand comes back down to the mat and we go into our half split. So sending the hips back, flex the left toes up towards your face for your half split. Inhale to lift, exhale to soften. Rolling pushing back through that foot, picking up the back knee. We step the left foot back to your downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Completely. Pressing the left heel into the mat. We're going to lift the right leg high. Three-legged dog on the left side. Bend your right knee and stack the hips, pointing your right knee up towards the sky, really squeezing that heel into the glute. Do your best to keep your shoulders square. We stay here for one more breath. Exhale. Sweeping the right knee all the way down and round. We're going to step the right foot forwards and keep the back knee lifted this time as we inhale, reach the hands all the way up, coming into your high lunge. So you want your right knee stacked over right ankle, reaching the left heel all the way towards the back of the mat. You can keep a micro bend in that left knee to find your center here. So you can just take a moment here to find what feels good for you in this moment. Inhale to reach the hands up. Exhale, we're going to pivot on the back foot. Keep your foot in at a 45-degree angle, back foot, keeping a generous bend in that right knee. Inhale to reach the hands all the way up, coming into your warrior one. You can keep the hands together or you can keep them separate. You choose. Torso is facing towards the front of the mat. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale. Relax your shoulders down. Grounding down through all four corners of both feet for stability here. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand comes to the back of the left thigh and we reach all the way back for our reverse warrior. Inhale to reach. Find length with that right hand. Exhale, coming all the way forwards. Right elbow comes to the top of the right thigh. We come into our extended side angle. Left hand reaches all the way up. Inhale here. Push the hips forward. Generous bend in that right knee. Careful you're not dumping all of your weight into your knee. Keep a nice lift in the chest. Inhale to reach. Exhale, option to take the arm up and overhead. Stay here for one more breath. Slowly, we're going to turn the torso back to face the front of the mat. Left hand comes down onto the mat and we turn our torso to the right. We're coming onto the outer edge of our left foot. And then from here, we're going to take our right foot and stack it on top of the left, coming into your side plank. You can keep your right foot down here as a kickstand if you need that extra stability, or you can come into your side plank. Inhale here, reach the hips, push the hips all the way up. You want to find this nice arch on the underside here, working into your obliques. Inhale to reach the left hand up. Exhale, option to find your wild thing here, so you can step the right foot behind you, turn the torso to the sky, and squeeze the glutes, lift them all the way up. Right hand reaches back. Inhale wherever you are here. Exhale. We're going to turn back, come into your plank pose, and then we're going to step the right foot forwards in between our hands. Jump the back foot in slightly so that we're in our pyramid pose. Inhale, fingertips can stay on the mat. Exhale to fold forward. Pull back on that right hip crease. Find a moment here of surrender. Option to bring back Ujjayi breath. Slowly, when you're ready, lift the forehead, walk the hands forward, and we're slowly going to lift the back heel, coming into our half split, standing split. So left heel lifts all the way up. Option to keep fingertips on the mat here, or you can slowly start to maybe take one hand off the mat and then maybe take the other, coming into your warrior three pose. Inhale wherever you are. Exhale. We stay for one more breath. Slow and steady, hands come back to the mat, and we step the left foot back, step the right foot back, coming into your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale to chaturanga, rolling forwards on the toes. Inhale to lift up for up dog or cobra. And let's meet in downward facing dog. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Inhale in your dog. Exhale. Sigh it out. Stay for one more breath here. Press your right heel into the earth and we lift the left leg, three-legged dog on the left side. Bend your knee and stack the hips, pointing the left knee up towards the sky, squeezing the left heel into your glute. Keeping your chest nice and square on the mat, pressing into all 10 fingers. Inhale to reach with that knee. Exhale, we're going to sweep it out, round, hand forwards. Step the left foot forwards between your hands. Keep the back knee lifted and we reach all the way up. High lunge. Inhale here. Exhale. Relax the shoulders. Finding that ease. Softening where you can. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Pivoting on the back foot, we find our warrior one. So keeping the torso facing towards the top of the mat. Reach the hands all the way up and overhead. Back foot is in at a 45-degree angle. Inhale here. Exhale. Gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand comes to the back of the right thigh and we reach back with the left hand, finding your reverse warrior, your peaceful warrior. Inhale deeply. Exhale. We come all the way forwards, finding our extended side angle. So left elbow comes to the top of the left knee and we reach up with the right hand, pressing the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale to reach the left hand up and overhead. Keep a generous bend in that left knee. Ground down through all four corners of both feet. Pause. Where can you soften? Where can you lengthen? Slowly, when you're ready, we're going to turn the torso back to the mat. Right hand plants this time and we come onto the outer edge of the right leg and we step the left foot on top of the right for our side plank pose. You can keep the left foot on the ground for a kickstand here, or if you'd like to stay in side plank, lift the hips. Option to take your wild thing here, so you can place the left foot down on the ground behind you and spiral your chest up to the sky. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly turn back to your plank pose. And then when you're ready, we step the left foot back forwards and jump the back foot in. Find your pyramid pose on the left side. Fingertips can stay on the ground here. As we soften forwards, find your fold. Pull back on that left hip crease. Option to find your ujjayi breath here, your ocean breath. Slowly lift the forehead, and then we're going to send our weight into our left foot this time. Walk the hands forward, and then we can pick up the back heel, right heel lifts, coming into our half split, standing split. You can stay here with fingertips on the ground, holding you steady, working on squeezing that right glute and lifting the heel. Or if you'd like to challenge your balance a little more, you can slowly start to take your left hand off the mat. And then maybe the right hand comes off to the mat too. Bring the hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Coming into your warrior three pose, lift the chest. Inhale. One more breath here. Hands come back down to the mat. We step the right foot back. Left foot steps back for your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale to chaturanga. Option to find upward facing dog or cobra. We head back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Hips lift up and back. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Now we're going to start cooling down with some juicy yin. So when you're ready, we're going to bring the right knee in. We're going to place our right knee by our right wrist. We're going to find our pigeon pose. So if you have any props with you today, maybe you've got blocks, blankets, towels, anything like that you might feel that you need. We're going to be in our pigeon pose for a couple of minutes. So maybe that's placing a rolled up blanket under the hip, or a cushion under the hip if you've got blocks. Maybe you'd like to use those under the forehead. Take your time. Find your pigeon pose of choice. And then slowly start to deepen your breath. Slowing it down here. Still inviting that sense of ease and effort. Maybe this pose is quite tricky, maybe it's quite uncomfortable. That's where the effort comes in. But where can you make this pose a little easier? Perhaps that's placing a blanket under your hip, blocks under the forehead. Taking a full body scan. Where can you soften? Breathing deep. Very slowly lift the forehead and gently use your hands to lift your torso back upright. Lifting the hips, moving any props that you might have in the way. We're going to switch sides here. So making your way into your pigeon pose on the other side. So left knee comes forward towards the left wrist, walking the right leg back, rolling on top of the right thigh. Take a moment to get yourself comfortable. Again, making adjustments with any props that you might need or not. It's completely optional. And slowly making your way there. Slowly, when you're ready, lift your forehead and carefully use your hands to lift your torso. If you had any props under your hips, move those out the way. Send your weight into your left hip. And we turn to face the long side of the mat in our seated position. If you did have your props and you like to use them now, then bring them, keep them to hand here. We're heading into our straddle fold, wide-legged seated forward fold. So we're going to take the feet wide. Option to sit up on your cushion if you had one. I like to use it in mine. It helps lift my hips so that I can roll forwards on the sits bones. However, that is up to you. Flexing the feet up towards the sky, sitting up nice and tall in the spine, and then slowly starting to hinge forwards at the hips. Resting the forehead as and where you can. If you don't have blocks, then you can use books. An invitation again to have the palms facing upwards here, inviting a sense of opening. Close your eyes. And soften where you can, finding that balance. And breathing deep. Very slowly starting to lift yourself back upright, taking your time. We're going to come to lay on our backs now. So if you were sitting up on a cushion, you can move that to the side. Turn to face the long side of your mat. And bring the knees in towards your chest when you get onto your back. Wrap your forearms around your shins and just rock gently from side to side. Bring the feet to the floor, keep the knees up. If you have blocks or you have cushions or anything like that, feel free to use these now. We're going to go into our supta, baddah, konasona, or butterfly legs. So bringing the soles of the feet together and now allowing the knees to fall out side to side. You can place blocks under the knees, under the hips, if you wish. Again, optional. You don't have to use blocks if you don't want to. Hands, palms face up, draw the shoulders under, down and under. Close your eyes, or soften your gaze. And breathe. Very slowly, use your hands to bring your knees back together. And then we're going to extend the legs, coming into our Shavasana. If you'd like to use any additional props for your Shavasana, maybe a bolster or a cushion under the knees, or if you want to throw a blanket over your legs, a pillow under the head, you go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, we'll stay here for a few more moments of peace. Allow the benefits of our practice to sink in today. And bring your mind back to finding the balance of ease and effort. I'd say this pose is more ease than effort. Where can you soften here? Where can you relax? Releasing any tension you might be holding on to. Relax your jaw. Relax the skin in between your eyebrows, the shoulders, and the arms. Relaxing everything down. Breathing deep. Very slowly start to bring yourself back. Maybe find some movement in the fingers and toes. Maybe start to extend the movements, circling the wrists and the ankles. And then when you're ready, reach the arms up and overhead. Take a big overhead stretch here. Pull the knees up and in towards your chest when you're ready. And rock gently from side to side. Slowly roll onto one side, any side. And we press ourselves up to a seated position of your choice on the mat. Crossing at the ankles. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. Sitting up nice and tall in the spine. Take a moment to consider how you might take the balance between effort and ease off your mat and into your day today. And then we'll finish here with a final deep breath in. So when you're ready, big breath in through the nose. Exhale to sigh it out. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. And that's it. That's the end of the class. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of the practice today, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you for next class, and as always, have a wonderful day.